Hey, thanks for being here with Chad at Drive to Lightning, the positively charged YouTube channel for this edition of Cool EV Tech. And thank you for Novsight for sponsoring this video and for making great tech for our cars. This is the N99 series LED headlights from Novsight. These are 700% brighter than halogen, by the way. It's not a slight upgrade, it's a massive upgrade. And we'll show you what it looks like at night. We'll compare it to a vehicle that has halogens, and you'll see clearly the difference between Novsight LEDs and halogens. You have the N99s from Novsight on top and the original halogens for the Nissan Leaf on the bottom. This is a slowed down video, that's why it looks like that. In a minute though, it's going to go to brights and brights or dims. It's like looking at a totally different world with these Novsight bulbs. So this is my 2016 Nissan Leaf, and a couple of years ago a company named Novsight sent me LEDs to replace the halogen bulbs, which I did, and I'm very happy with them all these 2 years. But just recently they reached out and said they've got a new updated product. Would I like to test it? Well, of course. Why wouldn't I like to test it? I was so happy with the first ones. But I wondered, is there enough differences really to make it worth their time and my time? And the biggest difference was when the box came, it was this big, as opposed to this big a couple of years ago. So there's been some big changes to their LED bulbs that it's going to be a big benefit to me and you if you choose to install them in your car. First, let's get them out of the box. And this is going to be interesting. There's the box, and now they're out of the box. I mean, is that the fastest unboxing video you've ever seen in your life? And one thing you notice about these, they are the same size as your current bulbs, your current halogen bulbs that the 2016 Nissan Leaf comes with. So with there not being any change, that means it's going to snap into the lens the way it should, it's going to plug in the way it should, and it's going to be like a real quick installation. Before I put these in though, I want to take just a moment and walk you through what's in there now. Their previous generation from Novsight of LED bulbs for my 2016 Nissan Leaf. Because I had to make some sacrifices when installing the last ones. And the reason for that was there's a bunch of hardware that comes with these. And that's been simplified to just a plug and play. Let me just take the camera off the tripod and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so this is the passenger side. And you see this here, first of all, that's a dust cap. Now that goes where the bulb is normally into the lens, and it keeps dust and moisture out of the lens. But because of the extra hardware that came with their previous LED bulbs, this mammoth contraption, there's just no room for all that in the dust cap. So I left the dust cap off to see what would happen, and for 2 years I can say this happily, I didn't have any issues. But I'm going to be a lot more comfortable having that back in place. It's got a gasket here to help with moisture, and of course just a cover in general to help with dust. So it's going to be better having it on there than not on there, although I didn't have any issues. But you can see how complicated it was to try to deal with all these extra wires. And that's what's going to go away with this current installation. So here you can see the back. This is a hard shot, I know here. You're just going to turn this counterclockwise, just like, when I get my hand there you won't see it, but just kind of turn it that way. And then when you do, you pull that right out. Just pull it straight out. That's the original one that they sent me a couple of years ago. And like I said, it comes with this extra hardware that then plugs into the plug from your car right here. So what I'm going to do, simply unplug this, and I'm going to plug in the new one, and I'm going to twist it in place. So here's what we're going to do. It's really simple. I got the new lights unboxed, ready to go. I'm just going to unplug this and plug the new one in and snap it in place. So come a little closer here. Let's show you how the clip works. There's nothing to it. Simply squeeze this here. When I squeeze that, that's just going to pull right out. Now remember, this dust cap is something I want. What I don't want anymore is the old LED with this extra hardware. Just look at side by side, you can really see the benefit of what Novsight has done. This is the new, okay, in with the new, out with all of that old. And remember, all of that old bulb prevented me from being able to utilize the dust and moisture cover for the 2016 Nissan Leaf. We took a chance leaving these off for 2 years, and we get to put those back. So here's what I'm going to do. Simple, simple. I'm going to plug it in. That you just push. There it is. You can feel it click. It's not going anywhere. And now there's a hole in here that you're going to have a really hard time seeing. So I'm going to try to let our cameraman, Frankie, here get a shot at where that install is. It is not easy to see, but there you go. You can see the bulb. I got it kind of sticking out there. That's where it is. And it's a lot easier to find when you're doing it. It's just not easy to see from a distance. So simply slide that bulb in, and you're going to kind of turn it back and forth till you feel the notches line up. And then when they line up, you're going to do a tiny little turn clockwise, and that locks it in place. These bulbs have this collar with this seal in there. So they're like that when you put them in. So what happened when I took this bulb off, this stayed in the car. So be mindful of that. If that happens, you got these ears, just twist that thing a little bit counterclockwise and pop that out. And then the new bulb comes with that same collar on it. So then when you push that bulb into that hole with that collar, then you grab those ears, boom, a little bit clockwise, and it locks in. And then when it comes to the dust cover, remember I had to sacrifice the use of the dust cover with the past iteration of these bulbs. Well, not now. And that just goes on there. I don't know how good we'll be able to see it. And then same thing, a little twist clockwise, that's locked in, that's going nowhere. These come with a 2-year warranty. These are plug and play like you just saw. You just snap them in. You got to fiddle with that little collar they come with and make sure you got the old collar out from the bulbs you're replacing. That's a problem I ran into. But once you've got that figured out, it's quite simple to install these. The fan is internal. Instead of having that extra block of wires, that means you can't use your dust caps. With these, it's no problem. It's just like changing your halogen bulbs, only you're upgrading 700 times more bright. What's not to like about that? Thank you for the members of the channel. You keep the wheels turning on the Positively Charged YouTube channel. All the new subscribers lately, you're much appreciated. We look forward to spending lots of time with you here. Just for fun, if you want to watch the installation of the last series of Novsight, I don't know why you would, but it might be entertaining. That video will be up here in the corner. And Sarah did that install. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for being here.